to day one of the Big County Birdwatch 2023. And we are all raring to go, aren't we?
Yes.
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 Steve?
No.
Neil?
To be fair, this is day one. I'm exhausted after day one.
Me too.
I have no idea what day 4 is going to be like.
Oh, absolutely terrible. Right. So for those watching who don't know who else is around the screen here, do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Shall I go first?
Yes.
Right, yeah. So I'm Ben. I'll be running a young birders walk at Raynham tomorrow. Yeah, I normally patch Raynham marshes. So yeah, I guess that's me.
Excellent. And Neil?
Okay. Hi, I'm Neil Sumner, and I'm editor of the Essex Bird Report for my sins. And I led a walk at Danbury Common this morning, which was the first walk of the programme. And I'm doing one at Bowers Marsh on Sunday.
Excellent. Well, in which case, I think that
It's like University Challenge.
it is, isn't it? Yeah.
I'm Steve. I study astrophysics at Cambridge University.
And I'm Matt, and I pretend to have a proper job, but I do this in reality. So, yeah. Right. So I think for Neil's first question for 10 points should be, as he led the first walk, how did it go?
Well, it was very nice. I mean, we were very lucky with the weather. We had a nice little group of 8 people. Didn't know how many were going to come, as it started at 6:30. We didn't have a huge species list, but Danbury Common, of course, is best known for its nightingales, and there were plenty of those. I can remember about 7 individuals, and actually saw one myself. Unfortunately, the rest of the group didn't see it. And it was picking up nest material, so that's good news.
Very nice.
Going into the main area where they sort of rotationally manage the blackthorn is where you always get the best numbers, and it's actually quite hard to point out other bird songs to people. Most of the people in the group knew the songs quite well, but we had 1 or 2 who wanted to learn the songs. So trying to pick out a single lesser whitethroat when you've got 3 nightingales blasting away is a very nice problem to have. There were plenty of common whitethroats and, of course, lots and lots of blackcaps. Just the one chaffinch, which is always cause for concern nowadays. And a couple of greenfinches as well makes you look up, because you realise you're not hearing them as often as you used to. And so, yeah, we walked through the woods and got the usual common woodland species and enjoyed those. It's a very nice location to walk around with a variety of habitats. First, the tree creepers seem to be easier heard than seen, but one of our fellow committee members, Andrew Ducat, spotted one in a tree, and we followed it, and it went into a nest hole. So we had fun watching 2 tree creepers. One emerged with a fecal sac, so we found a definite breeding location of tree creepers.
Fabulous.
And I think we're all wondering now, having seen the experience of Springwatch, where most of the tree creepers' nests they find get predated by great spotted woodpeckers, apart from the last one that they showed. We're all wondering now whether we really want to go back and make sure they're okay, just in case they're not. But, that's life, isn't it? Interestingly, woodpeckers are quite quiet at the moment. I'm finding that generally, and they were there. We heard the great spotted, but they're probably sitting on eggs now. Nice green woodpecker, though.
Okay.
So I would have liked a garden warbler. I was quite surprised not to get one, because I've been finding them in other locations, and it's normally a good site for willow warbler too, but we didn't have one of those there. But everybody was happy. There was always lots of birdsong going on, which is what you really want to enjoy at this time of year.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. So did you get a species total for the day, or have you not managed to top that up yet?
I haven't managed to top that up yet, because I'm still trying to enter them.
Okay.
But, yeah. So, but it won't be that many. I think we're probably we might even be in the upper 20s.
Quality over quantity. That's always the best way.
I think that was the case. I mean, I did a recce there a few weeks ago and had like nuthatch, which we didn't get this time. But I think they could well be sitting on eggs, because my local ones are quiet as well at the moment.
We've had a message, Neil, from Richard Chew. He said he was hoping to join you at 6:30 this morning, but he didn't get there till 8 o'clock.
He missed us.
but he had 7 nightingales. He said, and one of them was seen very well and photographed.
Wow.
Excellent.
Well done, Richard, and thank you. Yeah, it's a shame. I'd like to have met you, Richard, having sent the pied flycatcher picture from Langdon for the Essex Bird Report 2021. Yeah.
Well, if Richard took the photograph, if he wants to ping it to us, if it's ready, more than happy to share it on the screen. If you just use the normal ebwstalks@gmail.com email address, and I've got that open, I think. Yep. So send it across, Richard, and I'll try and look out for that if you can. If not, don't worry. But yeah, good to hear you got a photograph. Oh, well done, Neil. So good day. What time do you finish?
We finished at about it was 8:45. So yeah, we did just over 2 hours. Yeah.
Cool. And have you done any other sneaky birding today, or did you have other things?
Well, I actually went down to Bowers Marsh to have a look because it's a site I tend to go to in the autumn, and I thought I would go and check out what's there. And I actually managed about 43 species on that one.
Good.
So I've got some birds to look forward to, hopefully, on Sunday.
I'm not happy about this, Steve.
Really?
Because, well, you know, I mean, we've done the Nays and Holland Haven, and we had to do it without any recce's, any prep work. We just had to get in there and find the birds and get out again. Whereas these two guys, you know, Neil's prepping, and Ben, what have you been doing today?
So we spent about an hour and a half after school today at Raynham. So we're planning to do a walk from 9:30 to 12:30 at Raynham tomorrow for under 21s. We've done quite well, to be honest. We did about 60 species. And obvious highlight being the blackwing stilt that turned up today.
Yes.
So I was very, very happy with that, especially.
Yeah, so I'm just while you're talking, I'm just going to quickly pop that on the screen. Can everyone see this? Oh, hold on. There we go.
Yeah, it was quite distant. It was off the back of the Serrin Mound. So if you're looking from Serrin Mound towards the target pools, it's on the pool behind target pools.
Okay.
Hopefully it will stick around tomorrow, but previously blackwing stilts have only been 1-day birds at Raynham.
So was that a drop in today?
Yeah, that was found about 8:30 this morning by Andrew Self.
Well done, Andrew. Good. So what you're saying is that's going to stick around till probably about lunchtime tomorrow?
Hopefully. I mean, I hope you get it as well, though. So
no, thank you. Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll all get it tomorrow, and hopefully, obviously, lots of other people can enjoy it as well. But a couple of nice record shots of that. They're weird-looking birds, aren't they?
Yeah,
the legs are so long and kind of bubblegum pink color, aren't they?
That's one of the first things noticed. Like as soon as you got onto it, was actually the leg color. It like proper stood out compared to the background. Other highlights was a late pintail. There was a late female pintail.
Nice.
And corn buntings are increasing still. I had 4 today. I think others had up to 5, which is the highest I've ever seen recorded there.
Is that this is one of your pictures, isn't it?
Yes, this is mine. So
that's rather a nice photo, I must say. I like that one. That's really good.
So these were singing on top of the tip, singing more or less all day, I'd say. So if you're going down there, you've got a high chance of getting them on the tip. River-wise, there was a decent flock of common terns out there. Couldn't pick out anything amongst them. Other waders, there was 5 greenshank with the blackwing stilt and Wimbrow on the river as well. So it's quite some decent stuff about. So hopefully it'll be decent again tomorrow.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. So what have we been up to, Steve?
Well, I picked you up very early this morning. We dropped into your local patch, didn't we? Where you promised me.
No, hang on a minute.
Maybe not promised.
Promise is a very strong word. I demand you retract that. That's a very strong word.
Yeah, you said there might be a chance of common sandpiper.
To be fair, I might have actually promised. If I'm honest, yeah, I might have done.
So you promised common sandpiper, and what was the other one? Yellow wagtail.
Yeah. And I didn't.
Did we see them?
But the other thing that I thought was quite funny, which isn't the first time you've done this, we were driving along the back road to Ardley Reservoir, and there's kind of a corner, and on that corner, there's a little area which is quite good for garden warbler the last 2 or 3 years, and I've not had one yet this year. So I was there last night trying to find a garden warbler, and I found a singing nightingale, which is the first singing nightingale I've ever had at the site. So I said to Steve as we were driving past, I said, the nightingale was down there. And he said, well, should we go and see if it's still there? So drove down to the water. And as we got to the water's edge, I just said to him out of passing, I said, do you know what? I've not had a common turn here yet. And he's driving and he went, oh, there's one. So the first common turn found by Steve while he's driving, which is quite funny. But yes, so from Ardley, we went, well, we didn't find what we wanted at Ardley, did we? Unfortunately.
But it was nice just to see a few common species, which was nice, and the weather was good.
Yep.
And then then we headed off via a well-known fast food. Oh my crikey! There you go.
Yes. Okay.
We ought to be sponsored, but anyway, yep.
Other fast food establishments are available. Let's stop that one.
We were just going to have a coffee, but we realised that the caffeine might go to our head, so we had to have some food to go with it.
Soak it up. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So we got to Holland Haven for about 8:45, something like that. And as we walked up to the car park, sorry, not Holland Haven, Denays even.
Denays, yeah.
It's all right, been a long day. Matt spotted a wind chat.
Yeah.
Just by the path. So, but unfortunately, it was flushed by a dog walker.
I think I've got a little. Hang on a minute. Just pop a picture on of that. Hopefully, here we go. Obviously, we're prepared to our usual high standard. Particularly, we only had about 15 minutes to prepare, but there you go. So yeah, there's the wind chat.
Yeah, nice.
And it was just sat up as they do. And you had one today as well, didn't you, Ben? You said.
I didn't get one, but there was one seen on the tip at Rain this morning. Yeah. And
the spring birds always look nice and fresh, don't they?
Yeah.
Really, really smart. Yeah, good. Sorry, carry on, Steve.
So we had, I think it was 26, 27 people.
Yeah, I think. Well, we did actually do a little group shot. So basically, what we're trying to do this weekend, if we can, is at the beginning of each walk, if people are okay with it, we'll get a group shot of everybody, and then we can quickly share the screen during the show. So here we go, group shot of everyone. I don't know how many people are there, but I think I counted during the walk because a couple joined us after we'd started, and I think there was 26, 27.
20 on there, yeah. So that's
with more people joined us after that picture was taken. So it was a really good number of people came along, and obviously big thank you to everyone that turned out, of course, to all three walks today. It was really, really well attended. So thank you.
So we said, we had a mooch about, didn't we? As Ben said and Neil said, the weather's been amazing today. We just had lots of warblers, white throat, lesser white throat, a few sparrowhawks. Yeah, it was just a nice green hair-streaked butterfly, which was good. Yeah,
I think Steve Wilkinson found this one, didn't he?
He did. Yep.
Oh, what a cracking little butterfly! Really nice.
Just like that. And then we had a wander down to the beach, where there was quite a nice flock of dunlin, about 120, 150 dunlin, sandling, ring plover. Just a few common waders.
Yep.
And then we wandered back again because time was ticking on, and we found the wind chat again. It moved much further north, but everyone got to see it this time, which was good. Oh, and Matt found a wheatear. We found a Greenland wheatear.
Yep.
And
I think that was. No, I don't think so. Really, I think that was pretty much.
There was a big green parakeet.
Parakeet, the ringneck parakeet. Yes. Did you get a picture of that?
Yeah, I have. I've got a.
I didn't get one. I was popping the scope on it because the other thing for anyone that's watching that wants to come along over the weekend, please do. We've got scopes and things. So while one of us is talking, the other one's going to be maybe getting a scope on it so people can see. Oh, nice pic.
So I've just got a couple of shots. So there was the wind chat beforehand, same picture as yours.
Lovely.
Ringneck parakeet, sparrowhawk.
Yep.
Over.
There was 2 or 3 sparrowhawk over there, wasn't there? I think today.
Yeah. Nice lesser white throat that perched up for us today. Cormorant at Holland Haven this afternoon, just because it was sat there nicely, and then a few butterflies. There's the green hair streak, and orange tip, and then I'm going to stop. I'm stopping the sharing just at the moment because I've got one more picture for later.
Oh, that sounds a bit interesting. Okay, I think I might know what that is.
You might know what it is, but
I might know what it is.
And then so we moved on down to Holland Haven. With about 16, 17 people. this
So another one
afternoon.
of my artistic shots of people there. Can you see that one?
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh, is it sharing okay? Is it kind of in the off the
No,
bottom of
it's
the
good.
screen? Oh,
No,
good.
it's all,
Right, okay.
all good.
Good.
Yeah,
So
all good.
that's everyone standing by the pillbox on the top of the hill behind the main scrape. So you can get quite a good view of the scrape from there without having to go down into the hide, because it can be quite crammed in the hide sometimes with this many people, of course.
Yeah, and also, so we had probably the rarest bird at Holland Haven today, which was hoot.
Hoot. I think a couple of people kind of laughed when you said that, because they weren't.
Well,
They didn't.
I think they've had more like real rare stuff than they've had coots. So I know people laughed. It was like, no, it's seriously rare.
Well, Matty Lonsdale, he birds Holland, or certainly when he was living in this area, all the time, and he's been burning it for years. And I don't think he'd had a coot until quite recently, the last couple of years or so, I think.
Okay.
So he'd had all this, he'd had red-breasted flycatchers and ring ouzels and goodness knows what, and he'd not had a coot. So
yeah, crazy, isn't it? Crazy. It's all about context.
Mm.
So we had a wander around. We had a little flock of wimbrel. I can't think what else we had because your brain's gone.
We had a brent goose, a single brent goose on its own, flying past.
Midgull.
Mediterranean gull, yeah, that was good.
Maybe purple sandpiper that a couple of the group saw, but we're just waiting for a bit of a confirmation on that.
Yep.
Then we wandered back and we had a look for on a sort of scrape, and we had a nice flock of ruff, loads of female ruff, and then a few of us saw a Drake Gargany, which was quite good. And then it was like time to finish, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I don't know about you this morning, Neil, but I find the time goes quite quickly when you're doing something like this.
It does. You just lose all track of it. And of course, the thing about birding is that you always think something's going to happen immediately that you stop. So,
true.
Hands up, who's ever got back to the car and thought, I'm just going to have one quick look with the binoculars, and you're then there for another hour or so?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we've all done that. I expect everyone at home is putting their hands up as well. So it's just part of the game, isn't it? And I'm sure you feel the same as well, Ben. When you're out birding, do you find the day just goes quickly?
Yeah, definitely. Especially those like hours in the morning, from about, I guess, 6 to about 10. Those just fly through. So yeah.
But I think it's such a good way of kind of spending your time outside. And one of the things I think is great about the hobby, we mentioned the other night, didn't we, Steve, about mental health. It does genuinely make you feel better. Even if you're in a good place already, which hopefully people are, you'll still feel better by the time you finish walking around outside enjoying nature. It doesn't matter if you know what you're looking at or not. To be fair, you still have fun enjoying it. Once you've bought a pair of binoculars, it doesn't have to cost anything either. It's a really easy, you don't have to use a car. You've been doing a lot of local birding, Ben, haven't you, with your dad?
Yes, I've been mostly biking to Rainham now, and going through that, I go through Davy Down, which is like a little park that goes alongside the Mardyke River. And some of the stuff we found there is really good. Had lesser spotted woodpecker, two Gargany, long-eared owl. Some really good stuff passing through there.
And that's the thing. If you were getting in your car and going up to Minsmere or wherever, you probably wouldn't be cycling through that.
Would never see any of that.
Exactly. And it's the local patch stuff. I think you do a lot of local patch birding as well, don't you, Neil?
Yeah, we do. We've got a few nature reserves around the Billericay area, mostly managed by Basildon Council, and I've seen changes over the years, but there's still the prospects. You mentioned lesser spotted woodpecker. Well, we led a walk, myself with my son helping, on the 1st of April, and had a really good lesser spotted woodpecker showing there. So it's nice to see what turns up. And the council have got me doing BBS type surveys of the local patches this year because they really want to see what's happening. We've got some new guys on board, including a biodiversity officer who's really keen, and so they really want to try and improve the habitat if they can. And of course, you start by recording what's there. And just, yes, you get the odd rarity turn up. A pied flycatcher in the autumn, like within a stone's throw of your house, is quite nice. Yeah. A lot of the time it's the common garden birds, but this time of year enjoy those. Yeah.
But the thing is, towards the end of the Holland Haven walk, we had that kestrel on a post, didn't we, Steve? And I managed to grab just a couple of pictures, but just watching, you've got a male kestrel. It was a little bit breezy, and it's just sat on a post, and it was balancing in the post. The wind was blowing it a little bit, and he was just intently staring at the ground, and you could see him kind of listening and looking, and obviously looking for something to pounce on and to have for a bit of lunch. But okay, it's a kestrel, and kestrels, they're reasonably numerous, maybe not as numerous as they used to be, but they're such a beautiful bird. If you sit and look at that bird, and you can't fail but enjoy. I think myself and I think it may have been Paul Everett on the way back were watching one hovering, and the head just literally doesn't move. The whole body's moving, the wind's blowing, but the head of the kestrel is just completely still. There's little things like that, and if you think about how amazing that is, really, in context, you can get enjoyment out of every part of nature. I think you really can.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a nice way to relax and de-stress. So, I've got my GCSEs not next week after. So, it is just a nice little escape. So.
Yeah.
You don't have to have the piled on stress every day.
It's a shame they don't do a GCSE in birdwatching, because I think you'd...
that would be quite easy, that one.
You fly through that one, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, dear. I won't do that again. Yeah, you would. Yeah. So, are there any comments, Steve, on the...
We have. So we've got an evening from Richard Chew, Mo Jackson, David L. Smith, Ron Colson. So Mo and Ron turned up on the walks this morning. Mike O'Hanlon, he joined us this morning. Evening all.
Hi, Mike.
Glenn Moore, he said, "Hi guys, just joined you. Hope I haven't missed anything." Not yet, Glenn. But
Glenn doesn't miss anything at all, does he, Steve?
He doesn't. And then we've had just a quick message from Mick Tracy, the county recorder. He says there seems to be lots more sightings of nightingale this year. Do you think they're increasing in numbers? So what do you guys reckon?
Interestingly, one of the participants today, a lady named Kate, and I apologise for getting her second name. She'd been in touch with Mick, and she's found a couple of sites where you wouldn't expect nightingale, but they can suddenly appear like on a bit of farmland, particularly if you've got some thick blackthorn hedging. And those are the sites like years ago that you would quite often find them if you had a really nice dense blackthorn hedge. And so she's been finding them in places like that where they haven't been seen recently, because they tend to, when species contract, they tend to contract into the favoured areas, don't they? And then when the numbers grow, then you find them in different places. And certainly if Danbury Common and Fingering are anything to go by, the numbers do seem to be increasing.
Yeah, there was there was one at Raynham, not last week, I think the week before, and that's the first one I've seen recorded at Raynham for a few years. So definitely increase I've seen.
Well, I've had my first one at Ardley this year. I had a croaker last week, and then the singing bird last night. So whether it's the same bird or two different birds, I don't know. Never had one there before in the last 5-6 years. And I was talking to Tim Hayward today. He was saying that Tiptree Heath at the moment has got decent numbers of nightingale. And I know John Ward, who was also on the Holland Haven walk today, he has them singing. I think he lives West Colchester somewhere, that west side of Colchester. And he has them singing at night time. He can open his bedroom window and they're singing nightingale through the night. So I think the numbers are good at the moment, hopefully.
Yeah. And I think that... like with Fingering Hoe was always the hot spot, and I think they've almost reached saturation point, so they're starting to spread out.
Yeah.
So Aberton's now good. Roman River Valley, like with John lives over at Stanway. I mean, when we had lockdown, we had like 3 pairs just up the road, and we've never had nightingales here. So they're certainly increasing, but I think they're still quite scarce in South Essex. I think Canby's quite good, I think.
Canvey, I guess around to East Tilbury-ish, but around us, it's quite hard still for night.
Okay. Well, hopefully that will change in the next few years,
Yeah, I mean, maybe like you say, there's these localized areas where they are thriving, and that's why it's so important to look after this habitat. I mean, we're not going to go into anything now, but you do hear of habitat being threatened by various things, and if you lose a key area of habitat, that can affect the prosperity of that bird for decades. So it's so important, and hopefully, we're going to see more nightingales, and it'd be nice if the same thing happened with turtle doves maybe as well over the next few years.
Of course, record your nightingales on the Birdwatching Society website.
Yes.
Because that goes towards the county database, and then that feeds to Neil and his bird report team. He just paints that picture of what's happening in the county.
It goes to Mick first.
That's what, and to you. Sorry, know what I mean.
Yes, yeah. Well, funny enough, you should say that, Steve. I know we've got to come to some big news in a bit, but I'm going to quickly share a screen because, as people hopefully know by now, we have got a big county birdwatch portal. Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't see my whole screen, unfortunately. Here we go, up the top here somewhere, I think. Let me move some things. So you've got the record button at the top, and this is where you can record your sightings. And just for this weekend, we popped another screen after the record button is pressed. And you can choose to either enter your records as normal, or you can choose to enter the records using the Big County Birdwatch portal. Now, I'm going to change the text on this a bit later on just to make this really clear, but whichever way you choose to do this, Mick Tracy will get all the records that are submitted this weekend. So what we would like you to do, if you can, is to use the new portal, because then that means we can get a figure for what's been seen in the county over this weekend, which is the whole point of doing, running the event. You can still do it in the normal manner if you wish to, but both lots of records will go back to Mick. If you press the left-hand button, you will go to the enter sightings screen. And I'm not going to run through this now, but there is a video on our website where you can see how to use this screen and how to enter all of the sightings. And it is quite straightforward. And then when you've done it all, you go to a status screen, which is this screen here. So this is live, guys. This is completely live and up to date. And so far to date, we've had 24 entries have been popped into the portal. And I know there's more to come. 19 locations have been watched. We've got a total of 135 species. At the moment, there are all these little buttons. I'm not going to press them all because I don't want to spoil a surprise, but you can look at the locations that have been birded. And you can sort by the number of species that have been seen at each location. So you can see at the moment that Holland Haven is number 1 with 85. And then Frinton is number 2 with 63. And I think Mr. Brayshaw might have quite a lot to do with that. So he's got a Sea Watch the event on Monday morning if anyone wants to attend. It's all on the poster on the website. And then you can see the species that have been seen. You can see who's seen what. And there's various other buttons you can press on here just to run through everything and have a look at what's been going on. So please use this to record your sightings over the next 3 days if you can. It's really easy to do, and you'll be included in these tables as we look at them each day. So it's all good fun.
Again, if you're out birding and you see anything, please on Twitter or Facebook, take some photos and then hashtag BCBW23.
Yes.
And tag the Essex Bird News Twitter page in, and we'll retweet that. And again, for anyone who's watching tonight who doesn't subscribe to our YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe button in the bottom corner under the screen. And if there's a little thumbs up, give us a thumbs up.
Definitely. And if you're taking photos the next couple of days, email the photos to ebwstalks@gmail.com. So ebwstalks@gmail.com. Tell us where you saw the bird, and we'll try and share it on the show in the next few nights.
Excellent. So so we've got Les Malloy's watching tonight. We've also got a Thomas Rumsby.
Oh,
he says evening all. Obviously some
Yeah, you can come here and say that.
Exactly. Yeah. A few comments about nightingales. Richard Chu said that Canvey-Wick, which we know is good for nightingales, and also you heard one just outside Basildon last weekend at Noak Bridge. So that is really good. And Les Malloy said not technically Essex, but he had one at Sudbury last year and this year. So
Good.
no, he said they've not been there for years, so that's really good.
Brilliant. Really, really good. So before we go back to the other thing that happened today, Steve.
So Essex has had a bit of a Mediterranean feel today, but yeah, go on.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I just want to share it because John Ward has sent in a couple of pictures.
Okay, so, I'm not going to talk about what's been seen, but...
Oh, sorry. Go on, you talk then. Sorry, apologies. Go on.
I was going to say that it's been a very Mediterranean feel today. I mean, Ben had the Blackwing stilt.
Yeah.
There was also Hoopoe in Essex today.
That's good.
In North Essex, a place called Stambourne, which I believe is out near Housestead. I don't know who saw that. We saw it on Rare Bird Alert this afternoon. So, yeah.
Nice.
And then other species as well. Oh,
yes.
That's a nice shot of a motley old crew there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So yeah, that's a few. I think that's at Holland. I think you took that one earlier. And then we've got this one that I've not had a chance to prep all these properly, so I'll have to just zoom in this way. But one of the I think that must be the second win or the second viewing of the wind chat that we saw.
I think that's the one at Holland Haven this afternoon.
Oh, it is. I was going to say it looks like a different bird. Yeah, it's the Holland Haven bird, isn't it?
It's a different bird. Yeah.
He did. He went up. He went a little bit further on and got a wind chat, and that is definitely a different bird to the one we saw at the Nays.
Absolutely.
100%. Yep. 100%. And lovely orange tip butterfly.
Yeah, that's smart.
You can't beat an orange tip butterfly. So,
Great.
Thank you very much for those, John. Superb. Just check the emails very quickly. I don't think. Oh, we've got emails coming in. Hang on a minute. So Paul Brayshaw. Oh, there are some pictures. So I'll download these. You might have to bear with me.
Okay.
But no, I won't. I can share them like this. They hopefully will work. If they don't, then at least you know this is all live and less prepared than we normally are. Which I didn't think was possible, to be fair. But there you go. Can you see that?
Oh, look at that.
So I mean, that's kind of my perfect setup, really. If I could just get out of bed and grab a cup of coffee and go and sit on a chair with a scope and look out to the sea, that would be amazing.
There's not a mighty McMuffin there, though.
Well, there isn't. And the other problem is that I know, because I saw his sightings go through earlier on, I think this might have been about 4:30 in the morning, roughly. Maybe a little bit afterwards, but the sun's only just coming up. And I know Paul started recording at 4:30 this morning. So thank you very much for putting everything on, Paul.
To be fair, Matt, you wouldn't be up.
No, that's what I mean. Unless I've been watching the late night boxing, in which case I might still be up. But either way, I wouldn't be in any fit condition to find the birds that Paul finds. So yeah. Right, next up, this is a view. Oh, where's it? Is this the Horsey Water Walk? Do you think he's done? I'm not sure.
It looks like it. Yeah, it looks like over towards in Hamford Water. Yeah. Yeah,
out that sort of way. Oh, and we got one. I think that might be sideways. Hang on, I need to download and rotate it. But if you turn your head sideways, sorry, then that's rather a nice view.
Great Holland Pits. That is.
Looks like Great Holland Pits. Yeah, nice reflection. I've completely ruined that by going vertical, but that's just the way it's come through.
I like it. I like it like that. It's good.
It's like one of those ink. What do they call those ink plot things?
It's doing at school.
Yeah, you got to guess what it is or what comes to mind when you see it. I like that. Yeah.
Lion in the middle there. Look.
Sorry.
There's a lion in that picture down three quarters of the way down.
Oh yeah. What, down here?
Yeah, it's a lion.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you squint and close one eye.
I think you need to get a little bit of sleep, mate. I think.
It's the water, mate.
I'll show you this again on day 4 and see what you think you can see. Yeah. Wow. There you go. Right. So this is Paul's movement, I presume. Oh, that's his afternoon bird watch. Oh my word. 16.3 miles.
I thought we did well. We've walked 7.9 miles today, you and I.
That completely puts us to shame. You don't think? Did you read the story about that walking runner, the walking athlete that entered a walking race? Sorry, I'm digressing here, but he got disqualified later on because they were tracking his phone, or he had a tracker on him just to make sure they don't cheat. And he got into a car and he did 2 miles in a car. And he got disqualified. That's quite funny. That's kind of thing I'd do. To be fair, this has been walked. You can see that's unbelievable.
That's unbelievable.
Wow. Round of applause. Well done, Paul. That sets the challenge for the weekend. If anyone can beat 16.3 miles of walking
in a day,
that I'd be very impressed with that. Right. Okay. Thank you for sending those in, Paul.
I feel worn out looking at that.
To be fair, I can't compute it. In all honesty, it doesn't make sense to me just looking at it. That's amazing. Wow. I've got some other stuff on here. So hang on a minute. Don't know if these are going to work. Richard has sent in some pictures.
Okay, cool.
Let me see if they're going to show properly before I. Oops. Yeah, whatever.
Just to prove this is live TV.
It is. Hang on.
We've had.
They are going to work. Sorry, go on.
Paul's just messaged in to say that his feet hurt. He said
they do.
10 hours no carbon, which is absolutely spot on. And we've had a message from Frankie Robertson, says, "What's up, everyone?" He's very excited about tomorrow. So I think Frankie's joining us on a walk or two tomorrow.
Excellent.
That'd be good to.
Come and say hello and make sure you introduce yourself, because it'd be good to meet you. Whoever's walk you're going on tomorrow, it'd be good to meat you.
I was going to say, sorry. I've just had a message to say the Blackwing still is still there with summer plumage spotted redshank.
Oh,
so yeah, I've missed that, so I'm kind of annoyed. Hopefully you get that tomorrow.
You're going to be sneaking off the screen in a minute, aren't you? You're just going to disappear with your running feet.
To be fair, if the stilt doesn't stay, the spotted red probably will do. So.
Right, here we go. So Richard Chew has sent in, we said about the nightingale pictures on Danbury Common, Neil.
Oh.
So he sent in four pictures. That's nice. Very, very nice. Yeah,
Thank you for those, Richard. That's much better than the view I had, which was tucked behind a piece of bramble and flew off. Yeah.
Absolutely stunning. Well done.
I might actually try and scrounge that picture off, Richard, because I have a talk to give to the Norsey Wood Society, which is based on the Essex Bird Report and called The State of Our Local Birds. And I want to pick out some key species and borrow some photographs, or always with credits given, of course.
If
always
Richard
under license, always with permission. Yeah.
If Richard wants to put in the chat whether he's happy for you to have those, I can forward them to you, Neil, if that's okay.
Okay, thank you.
Just let us know, Richard. But they're cracking photos either way. Well done.
Yeah.
And I think I might be about to embarrass Ben. I don't know if he knows this is about to come on screen, but we got an email saying why we are not allowed to bike this weekend, and this is why. Oops, hang on a minute. Hasn't worked. This is why Ben's not allowed to bike this weekend. Is everyone ready?
Yeah,
just word of warning. If anyone is at all squeamish, look away from the screen. No, it's not that bad, actually. There you go. What happened?
Rugby happened.
Oh!
It's supposed to be a gentle sport, rugby. Oh.
Yeah, so I was playing not last week before, and a guy decided to run straight at my head.
Mate.
Yeah, I got kind of knocked out.
There's concussion rules and stuff now, isn't there? I think.
Yeah. So it would be 2 weeks tomorrow, so I would start the training program again.
Okay.
But, that's why.
Is this in hospital or in the ambulance?
That's in the ambulance, I think.
So what people don't know is, can you see Ben smiling there? The ambulance has actually got a skylight in the top of it, and he just spotted a swallow going across the top of the ambulance, which made him. Oh no! I hope you feel okay.
Yeah, I'm all right now. But that thing was horrible. You couldn't move for like 4 hours.
Oh, mate,
that wasn't great.
Well, at least you're fit and well to go birding this weekend. So
yes, that's my main priority.
Yeah, well done. It's
the best priority to have, to be honest. It's
definitely. Right, so I think that's all the emails that I've had so far that I can see anyway. So if I do miss anything, apologies.
Richard said that's fine, Neil.
If I send them all across then, Neil, and whichever one or ones you want to use, yeah. Okay, I'll do that in a minute.
But I think Frankie's
Matt, can I just suggest that, most bird watchers really don't want to risk injury because it's very important to be able to bird watch. So something like crown green bowling instead of rugby might be.
I don't think that's not quite so cool with your mates, is it, Ben? I'm going crown green bowling at the weekend. No offense for anyone that crown green bowls out there. I don't know if Terry's watched. Oh no, Terry doesn't crown green bowl, does he?
We found out about crown green bowling this morning, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah. What does Terry do? I can't remember. What's the other one? Is it just green flat? I don't know.
Flat bowling thing.
Help lawn. Was it lawn bowling or something?
Yeah.
Help! Someone in the chat. Tell us what the other type of bowling you can do on the grass is, please, before we finish the show. Anyway, right. Sorry. I don't know what it's called. Right, over to you, Steve. You've got some more important stuff to talk about. Sorry.
Oh yeah. So as well as the Blackwing Stilt today and the Hoopoo today, there was also exciting news at Abberton today. So Glenn Moore, local birder, was he's been away all week in Lesvos. I think he only got back yesterday, and went to Abberton because there's been a pectoral sandpiper there. Saw that, and then lo and behold, found a black crowned night heron, and it's his birthday too. So Matt's going to sing happy birthday now.
Happy birthday! No, I won't. No, better not do that.
So that's a good. It's the first record for Abberton night heron. Really good bird. I know there's been one at Thorndon last week. So we obviously, it was rude not to twitch it this afternoon, wasn't it, Matt?
Well, we were talking earlier on, and we thought we finished at Holland at kind of 4:15, and we were actually walking around saying it's going to be really nice to have enough time to go home, jump in the shower, have a bit of dinner, do the preparation for this nice and leisurely, and maybe watch a bit of telly and stuff. No, we had to go to Abberton, didn't we?
Out the window, literally out the window. So yeah, we had to and everyone that we was on our walks today, we're all starting to leave early. It's like, we're going to Abberton. We're going to Abberton.
They were all there again, weren't they? That was so funny. But yeah, great. But did you get a picture of it?
Yeah, I have. It's probably not going to win any awards.
So I got a phone scope one if you want to.
On the share screen.
Neither of them are going to be that good because it was a bit distant.
That's my picture of it.
That's all right.
So yeah. You can there you go. You can see the white plume.
Yep.
And it's black crown.
Yes.
Yeah. Apart from that, there's a lump in the trees.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people had much better views of it today. But so well done, Glenn, for finding that. That was really good bird. And hopefully it will be there tomorrow. So we're hoping the stilt's going to be there for Ben's walk in the morning. And hopefully the heron will be there for our walk.
Fingers crossed. That's the best I got with the phone on the scope. So again, for people that don't know, you can, if you haven't got a camera with a long lens or a bridge camera, you can get a little adapter, which costs about £20 or £30, and you can put your mobile phone onto your telescope if you've got one, and then you can grab some photos using the telescope as a lens. So they're never going to win any awards, but it gives you an opportunity to take a picture of something that's a long way away and still be able to identify what it is and get a record shot. And I think there's actually a little video on the YouTube channel about how to do that, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, good.
So yeah, so an exciting day. Hopefully the weather looks okay again tomorrow.
Yep.
I should look at what the weather forecast is tomorrow. I think it's okay, isn't it?
Yeah, if you do the weather, and I'll bring up the poster.
Let's have a look at the Met Office. Okay, so actually it's looking half decent tomorrow. So we've got nice southeasterlies with a little bit of rain tomorrow afternoon. That's for Colchester. Let's have a look for somewhere else. Let's have a look for Rainham.
While you're doing that, we were talking the other day, I think, about the fact that bird watching after it's been raining can be a really good time. So if there is a bit of rain tomorrow, get out bird watching. Anything can drop in.
Actually, to be fair, it looks like Ben's got some decent weather in the morning, and then when we arrive, it rains.
Yeah, I think it starts raining at about 10. I've got here.
Okay.
But to be honest, Rainham is a very good rain barrier. It just doesn't really seem to rain at Rainham anymore.
Okay.
So you might get lucky, but that does mean stuff may not drop in instead. So birds or weather.
Yeah, let's wait and see what we get.
Absolutely. I mean, it's that great time of year where stuff's migrating through. We've got southeasterlies. I mean, it's classic spring. We've seen today that what can turn up
Yeah, definitely.
In these conditions. So hopefully, and we've got 3 more days of this. So
we have. And talking about 3 more days, if we bring up the poster quickly, Steve, we can run through what's happening tomorrow. So if I make that a bit bigger so we can see tomorrow's schedule. There we go.
So yes, so for those night owls, if you don't want to go to bed tonight, stay up and join Steve Hallam at the Hill House Wood at West Bergholt at 3:45 in the morning. Oh, crikey, crazy. Where hopefully you'll see nightingales, woodland warblers. But yeah, you probably need to bring a torch for that early in the morning. So Steve's kicking off the tomorrow's events, and then you can join Mel Shepherd Wells at 9 a.m. at Fisher's Green. And again, we're meeting in the Fisher's Green car park at 9 o'clock. And here the postcode's on the screen there now. And then what's happening at 9:30 then, Matt?
Well, I think Ben should tell us what's happening at 9:30.
Yes, we should have our Rainham walk. Hopefully, will be quite a good walk. Should do a adults versus youngers. See what you guys get in the afternoon.
Well, to be fair, your dad sent us an email suggesting that, and I thought about it to start with, and we were discussing, Steve, that young people's ears and eyes are really sharp, and it's probably not a good idea. But your dad's going around with you. Your dad's going around with you.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
And as far as we know, your dad's an adult.
Yeah.
So what you see and he sees.
Bring it on. No. To be fair, no, we're quite happy. I think if you let us know what your total is.
Well, does it only count if it's on the walk? Because we're probably going to get down there for about 5:30.
Okay. I think it's got to be the walk total. Got to be walk total.
Okay.
In all seriousness, it'll be a bit of fun actually. See what total you get on the walk tomorrow, and then tomorrow night, because you're back on tomorrow night, aren't you?
I can do the video for you, but I don't think I can come on.
Okay, well, if you do a little video for us, that'll be good, and maybe let us know what you've seen, and then we can obviously. I might. If you do a video, I can edit it, and when you give us the total, I'll just talk over the top and say like 23. But yeah, let us know what you've seen, and then we can see what we find. So that's going to be good. And just to remind people, that's for ages 12 to 21 only. So if you're under 18 and you want to come, you're absolutely more than welcome, but please bring an adult with you. And obviously over 18s up to 21s, welcome to just turn up. And meeting in the car park, can't we, Ben?
Car park or visitor centre.
Okay.
I'll probably to visitor centre because they'll be opening then. So yeah, meeting
in the centre. Okay. And obviously you'll be there in about 3 hours or so, roughly. Yeah.
So the plan is if we'll check if the Blackwing's still there in the morning. If it is still there, we'll probably go up the seawall and then round to Serrin Mound, view it, try and view this still, and then come back in towards Buttside. And then that should probably be about 3 hours by the time we get back. I think tide wise, it may be worth going along the seawall anyway, because high tide is about 12-ish. So yeah, we'll see how it is in the morning, but that is the plan at the moment.
Brilliant. Sounds perfect. I wish I was under 21 again. But for lots of reasons, to be fair. But yeah, tomorrow I'll be definitely joining you. And then what we got after that, Steve?
So excuse me.
Or at the same time as that, in fact. Yeah. Yeah. So
when Ben kicks off at 9:30, we're kicking off at Aberton. So it's a 3-hour walk. Meeting in the visitor centre car park at 9:30, and yeah. So hopefully the night heron will still be there, and if it is, we'll go straight to see that. Hopefully the pectoral sandpiper's been seen. It was seen today, but I don't think it was seen this afternoon. So hopefully that's still around, and maybe a few waders. There's going to be common terns and some wildfowl. Hopefully the spoonbills might turn up.
Yep, nightingale as well, of course, is quite good at Aberton at the moment.
Of course, yep. Forgot about that. So we just have a nice gentle walk around. Obviously at the visitor centre there, so you can grab a cup of tea or refreshments if it's chili or whatever. Just again, thanks again to Essex Wildlife Trust for opening up a bit early for us to get the cars in, and I think also they're going to open the facilities as well, so that's really nice for them to do that. And then half an hour later, for those of you in the middle of the county, so we've got Aberton North and Rainham South for the youngsters, and in the middle
Jerry Johnson, the society chair, is leading a walk at EWT Hanningfield Reserve, and they're going to be meeting in the car park at 10 o'clock. A 3-hour walk around there. That's really good habitat. You've got a bit of woodland habitat, several hides, and a fantastic reservoir with lots of good birds to be found. Again, there'll be terns and gulls. There might be the odd wader or two. There's been white-winged black terns there the last couple of days. I don't think they were there today.
No, they was at Rainham, annoyingly, and they left from there about 2 and were seen at Hanningfield in the evening. But I don't think they've seen today.
Okay, you never know. I mean, they might still be around somewhere. Who knows? And that's the beauty of birding this time of year. You'd never know what's going to turn up at any time. So 10 o'clock at Hanningfield. If you're in the middle of the county or fancy going to Hanningfield, that's definitely worth going to. And then the last one of the day is
back at Rainham again. So yeah, we're going to hot foot it from Abberton. Hopefully we'll be there in time. But apparently there's something else going on tomorrow, isn't there, in London? I have no idea.
I'm not sure. I don't need to be. I haven't been keeping a track of the news, mate. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Perhaps
was it something about Kingfishers or football? Was it? Or I don't know.
Oh, something to do with Coronation Street.
No, in all fairness, obviously the coronation is tomorrow, so if people are going to be watching that, that's fine. But anyone that doesn't want to or that wants to get out and enjoy a bit of nature, you've got 6 different options there on the screen, all over the county, all different times of the day. Fantastic places. We guarantee that wherever you go on those 6 walks, you're going to have a fantastic day. Hopefully the weather will be half decent and you're going to see some good birds as well. So the highlights of the coronation will be on in the evening. You're not going to miss anything. Come out birding. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Right.
We've had a message from Les Malloy, Matt, who said, where did we get our keep calm and carry on posters?
Can't
even do it.
Well, they were kind of a special, up there somewhere. They were a special thing, weren't they? I think.
Yeah. So Jerry Johnson produced a few for us. So I'm sure he might have that on file somewhere that we can.
Or if you give me 50 quid next time you see me, mate, then that won't be on the one.
Yeah, we can sell it.
Yeah. No, in all seriousness, Jerry was actually thinking of getting some made, wasn't he? So if anyone wants one of those, let us know. We'll find out.
Yep.
And how much they are. Yeah.
So a few people are going to come to Rainham tomorrow. So Frankie's hoping to come to Rainham tomorrow. He wants to photograph the Blackwing still, and Les may well come tomorrow as well. Richard Chu said, do we think the Abberton Reservoir Night Heron was the one at Thorndon Park? So I know there's been a bit of discussion about the number of plumes on its head. So if Glenn's still watching, perhaps you could put in the chat, Glenn, whether there's been decided or not.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I must admit, I'm not sure. I saw both birds, but I didn't get good enough views to be sure on that. So it'd be interesting.
Glenn's also he said, sorry to disrupt your prep time. It doesn't show, he said. That's because we're true professionals, you know?
Yeah, what that means is that this shambolic show that we've just been doing is about up to our usual standards. So we might as well not bother prepping each month. That'll save us loads of time.
Exactly. Leslie said, does that require a special handshake to get that green sign?
Well, you'll find out next time I see you.
Excellent. So, weather's looking good tomorrow. So I mean, and I expect a good turnout on the walks, I would suspect.
Yeah, fingers crossed. So come along. What are you two guys do? Well, obviously, Ben, you're leading a walk. What are you doing tomorrow, Neil?
I don't know. I've to see if I can get a pass to do some birding. If I can, I'll nip over and perhaps join Jerry at Hanningfield. But we'll see how it goes.
That'd be good.
I can just add a couple of points. One of the things about meeting for these walks, on a serious note, it's really great turning up, finding people, some who you know, some who you're meeting for the first time, and all sharing this common interest, all concerned for birds, all got different sort of perspectives on it, all the different experiences, and enjoying them together and sharing knowledge as well. On a less serious note, that picture of a corn bunting you sent earlier on, can we share it out, laminate it? We can all hang it outside our windows because it's a special weekend, and I noticed a lot of people are hanging out the bunting.
Very good. Very good.
I was just going to say, if I've got this picture here.
Actually, we were discussing doing a similar joke, weren't we?
So yesterday afternoon, I was busy working on the computer, and Annette was busy doing something at the house. And when I looked at, we got flags.
Hey!
We got flags and bunting and like all sorts of stuff hanging outside the house now. So if you're driving past Stanway, we haven't got any sandwiches, sausage rolls, because I've eaten them all, but it looks nice anyway.
Give Steve a toot if you drive past and see his bunting.
So we're getting into the coronation spirit.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Well, I mean, I think I'm certainly going to catch up on the telly tomorrow night. It'll be interesting to see what happens. So yeah, good.
And of course, we'll be back. We'll be back again tomorrow night here on YouTube.
We will. And who are we having on tomorrow? We've got Steve Hallam on tomorrow, who's leading the Dawn Walk. I think Jerry's on tomorrow as well.
Yep.
And I think, Ben, you're going to send us in a video because you can't make the show tomorrow night, aren't you? Yeah. Brilliant.
So, yeah.
Sharing all that. Send your pictures in if you are out birding tomorrow and you take your pictures, as I said earlier, on ebwstalks@gmail.com. So please share them because we will share them on the show. And in fact, as I'm talking, hang on a minute, I might have to download this. Steve, do you want to film?
So the black crown night heron. So sometimes it showed a single plume, but sometimes it showed two. So after some discussion, they've decided they have no idea.
Brilliant. I love that.
It depends how wet the bird's head was. So,
if anyone wants to see what a black crowned night heron looks like properly, hang on a minute. Glenn has kindly sent us in a picture of where it was when he first found it. So here we go. It's
going to be a high quality image, not like ours. Yeah, you see, high quality.
That's a lot better. I mean, obviously, it was still a distance, but the bird was out in the open, and you can clearly see. I presume, is that a plume sticking up right there, or is that a bit of grass and the plume's on the back?
Bit of grass.
Yeah, that's the plume down its back, isn't it? Yeah.
You can even see it's bright like its red eye.
Yeah. Really, really nice bird, and they're not that big, are they? They're quite sort of diddy. They're not huge. Yeah, really nice. And we've had I think Mo has sent in a video. Let me see if that's had to download. Hold on a second. I've got no idea. Oh no, it's a night heron video, but it's come through sideways. I'll tell you what, because I can process that and I can change that and I can enlarge it and make it look fantastic. So hopefully, so let me do that for tomorrow night, if that's okay.
Cool,
and then I'll be able to share that on the screen tomorrow night. I'll make myself a reminder, and we'll do that. We'll kick the show off tomorrow night with Mo's video of the night heron from today. Yeah, and cool. I think, hang on a minute, Jerry is hot on the hot off the press from Jerry here. This is a message to Les, and he said he can provide those signs for £15 cash each. No, he didn't. He said £10 cash. I was trying to make a quick fiver there. £10 each. So that's actually quite good.
They're really,
they're
like
kind of
proper
metally hard stuff. Yeah,
you can use them as a tea tray.
Frisbee.
Frisbee. No, maybe not frisbee, but
extreme frisbee. If you want to do that, it's quite dangerous. But
high quality.
Yeah.
There you go. £10 each.
They are good.
Really good.
I've got quite good fun actually. So Les, if you do want one of those, let us know. Send us an email, ebwstalks@gmail.com, or if you're quick enough, put it in the chat now, and we'll let Jerry know, and we'll go from there. I'll process Mo's video for tomorrow night for definite. All of the information about the event is on our website, ebws.org.uk. You can record your sightings, you can get the poster, you can see where we're going. There's a video on there to show you how to enter your sightings. It's all there. So get out birding this weekend. Come on our walks if you can. If you can't go birding, and let us know what you've seen on the EBWS portal. And don't worry about missing the coronation, because it will be on again in the evening and the following day and the following evening and all of next week as well. And you can get it on YouTube. So come birding.
Yeah, and it's nice to see you guys tonight as well, Ben and Neil.
Yeah.
And well done for today's walk, Neil, and good luck for your Bowers Marsh walk on Sunday. And good luck tomorrow, Ben, and we'll see you.
Yeah, good luck, Ben. Have a good walk.
Good luck.
Yeah.
We'll see you tomorrow lunchtime-ish. Oh, please,
Yes.
can you also do not eat all the pasties or cakes, please, because Matt and I are going to have lunch at Rainham.
Okay.
Leave us at least one each, please. Will you still be there when we get there at 2? Do you think?
We try to be, but we have to get to the place we're going to go from to.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Well, hopefully you will be, and we can say hi in person.
Yeah.
But yeah, as Steve said, if not, really good luck, and thanks Neil for coming on today. Well done this morning. Yeah, excellent. A really good show. Really enjoyed doing it with you guys. Thank you to everyone for watching. Please watch again tomorrow night, and please do your birding and let us know what you've seen.
Excellent. No, great.
I think that's it. Has anyone else got anything?
No. Les has just said sold. He said just don't let Nick Weston have one.
And does Les want it for the 15 cash through me or 10 cash directly to Jerry? Just let us know.
He hasn't said, but I'm sure he'll.
That's 15 to me then, I reckon. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
No, it's
My
been
mum
great.
said she definitely wants one.
Oh, okay.
Okay. See what we
That's
can
two.
do.
Yep, excellent. I think at £10 they're good value, to be fair.
Yeah, really good. No, thanks for that, Jerry. That's much appreciated.
Brilliant. Right, I think we're good.
Well, good
Thank you very
birding,
much, everyone.
Tomorrow. Yep. And we'll see you tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Good night.
Brilliant. Good night.
See you later.
Bye.